In today's episode, we are going to cry over whatever happened in the past 24 hours. Now, before we start, I want to give benefit of the doubt to the police department because... Wait, relax, wait, hear me out, calm down. Let me explain. The interim government, since their very beginning, had to deal with, if not deal, they had to face at least 1,604 protests, and that's just the official count till the August of 2025. I can barely deal with one single person having a disagreement with me, and they had to face 1,604. Bro, this is the 2026 February right now. I think we have already crossed over 2,000 by now. But the question still remains, is this a good reason for the police to apply their brutality on its citizens? My name is Salman Muqtadir and you are watching the South Era Network. We all have seen all the videos since yesterday, but it's very important for us to distinguish the fact that some of the incidents are kind of separate, so we are not going to mix them on this episode. And I know you really want me to talk about the DMP commissioner. Yep, that's him. But I'm sorry to disappoint you, we're not going to talk about this one specifically because this one is related to the pay scale related issue raised by government workers. But one thing that is relevant is we do want to know, who was he talking to? So let's dive deep into the Inqilab Mancha and what happened yesterday and their after effects. We did get a funeral for Hadi, but did we get justice? That's where it all began from. If a murder like this under broad daylight does not get justice, then what will? And maybe with that question in mind, the Inqilab Mancha went on with their protest, thus this altercation. The police were seen charging, tackling, hitting and attacking the protesters, citizens and random people on the street. It felt like maybe they were missing the July trauma and they really wanted you to remember that once again. Because you definitely said it yesterday. Wait a minute, I've seen this before. Despite the new uniform, which is pretty ugly, their inner fascist could not stay inside. And one thing really bothers me, you guys really think the uniform was changed so that we could expect a new police, new morals, new standard? No! It was just prepared for the new Arca Fashion Week. I feel sad for the people who had psychotic, toxic girlfriends who used to check their phone day and night without any reason, no matter where you go. Let me look at your phone, unlock your phone, let me see what's inside. You know what happened after that? That guy broke up with the girlfriend just to face the same exact trauma through Bangladesh police. Imagine wearing a helmet, having an identity card from the news workplace you work at. Imagine having all the safety precautions and knowing all the rules that you are in the safest of the safest places. Just to see what? Getting kicked in front of everyone? I really want to know what that news reporter really did to deserve this kick. You know the guy who kicked the news reporter? Instead of wasting his talent on this reporter, he could have just joined the rugby team. He could have earned more. And this is not the only reporter who got bashed. There are more than one. That's too many for 24 hours. However, kudos to the reporters who actually asked the right questions. The new outfit of the police could not hold the old tactics and behavior when it came to attacking market workers, civilians. The brutality clearly shows how much they enjoy the power of authority, to misuse that authority, to misuse that power, that uniform, that baton, that bullet, that guns, that fascism. And do not be shocked. How could they do that to civilians like market workers or somebody on the street? To be very honest, we all know that these people are literally nothing in their eyes. In fact, influential people, known faces and leaders like Jaber, Juma, Mohiuddin Rani were hospitalized because of the brutality and the attack. Which brings me to the very beginning of this whole journey. Jaber getting shot. But did he? It all began with the news circulating that says Jaber got shot by the police, which outraged the normal people, the ordinary citizens. It takes one single word to change your entire perception and build a narrative. Is this a lie, or is this the choice of word or vocabulary that has an impact on what's really happening or what's really seen or told? Because think about it, the police have confirmed that they haven't shot the fires. However, the protesters have confirmed that indeed the shots were fired and Zabir was shot. The pictures also confirm that he has injuries on his leg, but professional doctors have confirmed those are not from shots. Who do I believe? The police, the doctor, the protesters? I'm a man of God. I only believe the God. What I do not believe in is the power that none of us really have. For an example, you may think that the interim government owns the police, but guess what? The interim government has no power or control over their own forces. Now you may think that means the police itself in its own group has its own power. No, even their DC has no control over their own forces because the DC keeps telling them to stop and they don't stop. The protesters also could not show the power because they have been begging for the justice which was still not served, so definitely it's lack of power. And the civilians definitely do not have the powers because they are the ones who are suffering and they cannot stop this protest to live a normal life, a day-to-day normal life where they can work, study and develop the country and do the best. Now comes the most important question. If nobody has the power, then who is getting benefited from all of this chaos? I'm not going to draw a conclusion, but I do or may have an idea of what the answer is, and I'm going to leave the question to you guys so that you can think for yourselves. Who do you really think gets the most benefit out of the system without a properly elected government? And then think about who are the people in the bureaucracy, in the system that can run and get all the benefits throughout the time when there is no government. That are the exact people who are getting benefit from this whole chaotic situation of the country. So it may just seem like a protest between the protesters and the police, but we are completely forgetting that there are third parties involved who are actually infiltrating the situation and trying to get the best out of this chaos because people are panicking, they're under stress, people are turning against each other. This is the perfect golden opportunity to get what you want. Some third parties do not even live in the country. They influence from the outside world. Influencers. Regardless, it is undeniable that we are the second-class citizens in our own country. In fact, we are not even citizens, we are the tenants in this very land of ours. I cannot talk about the cops, they will take me away. I cannot go against your opinions, I will be shamed. I cannot have my own views about politics, I'll be tagged and labeled. I cannot have my own free will or free thoughts. I cannot have my own preferences. And by me, I'm talking about all of you, the most of you at least. In between the turmoil of this country, do you know who gets forgotten every single day, every single moment for decades? The forgotten people includes the child who got lost during the protest. He had nothing to do with this. His mother probably wanted to have a good intention to show some example, but was it worth it? Did the kid really deserve this trauma? Was it worth it? We have forgotten the auto driver who had to cry because he could not pay for his fees because of what we wanted to have. He could not pay for his garage fees. He could not get anything to earn for the day. And what about that rickshaw puller who earns his day-to-day life, who had to eat something, and in order to eat, he needed to earn that day, and he couldn't earn because he could not serve the people. We have forgotten the dead body who doesn't even breathe anymore. We made that dead body get stuck in between our protests for the past few years, and maybe in every single protest, we have done injustice to dead bodies. Imagine not being able to say your final goodbye because of what the people want, what the politicians want, what the students want, what the rioters want, what we all want. It's just inhuman. It's not normal. We have forgotten about the people who really want to study hard so that they can become someone better for the country. We have forgotten about the people who has to earn every single day through his day-to-day job to feed his family. We have forgotten about the business people who had to pay salaries to his workers so that we can build a better economy. We have forgotten our own people. Even I will be forgotten after I get shot. Does that mean that good people do not exist? Well, for sure that exceptions cannot be examples, but we did see some good examples which gave us some hope. We have seen evidences of sheer brutality At the same place, we have seen kindness. When some did the wrong, some tried to stop the wrong. While some were monsters, some showed kindness. I'll end the episode with the saddest conclusion ever, and that's the truth we have right now. And that is, you do not get to pick what's good or bad. You can only pick either one side, either the protesters or the cops. I wish it was a question about good or bad only. I wish we could only talk about good protesters and good cops, rather than bad cops, bad protesters, and good protesters. I wish we could differentiate not through labels and tags, but through their kindness and humanity. So let's keep dreaming and end this episode. You are watching Salman Muqtadir on South Era Network. Please do not kill me.